What's going on, everybody? David here from Bluckers Videos and Toys, and today we are going to be checking out the villains from the Final Faction toy line, and this is Series 2A, and then we will get to Series 2B in a later video. So this is for the like I said, the villain side and from the Kharn army. And before we get started, I wanted to give a special shout out to my boy RV Collects, as he about a year ago sent me a care package, and in it was no, I believe it was like 2 years ago, either a year ago or 2 years ago. I can't remember, but he found these for me, Diabol and Cryptus, I think that's how you pronounce its name. I think the last video I did for the review, I mentioned this guy's name was Reptile or some shit like that. I don't remember, but I'm totally wrong. But shout out to my boy RV Collects, as he sent me these a couple of years ago. I believe it was 2 years ago, because I don't think these were out last year. I think this was about 2 years ago, because he had sent me a care package. Every year he sends me a care package, and I'm really grateful for that he does that, and he didn't have to do that. And so, but it is a blessing, and it is a surprise when I receive them. But yeah, he had found these, because I hadn't found these at the time when these were sent to me, and then probably like a week or so after he had sent these to me, I did find them, and I bought another set of these guys, or actually another set of this wave, Series B, or Wave B, whatever you want to call it, because, I like to have multiple so I can army build, and plus, those accessory packs, I like to display them with those extra weapons and stuff. So I'm very, very happy to have these, and so I did save these so I can open them up and review them. Plus, because my boy sent these to me, so it's only right for me to open these up and review them with the packaging and everything. And I do have another set that's already been opened. Again, I don't know what I did with the card backs and stuff for that. I don't know if I still have those or not, but I don't know. Like I said, I have everything else, but I don't have the card backs for the other ones that I opened. But anyways, so again, thank you, RV, for sending those to me some time ago. And I'm just now here in 2025 getting around to doing the reviews, because I really do want to review these things, and I wanted to get them displayed when I can. So let's go ahead and go over these real quick. This is Diabol. He's the leader of the Kharn army, and it says additional weapons pack sold separately. So this is your basic card back for the Final Faction. Right there you got Final Faction on the top left-hand corner, 3 and up. That's me. And then here you got that I think the other one, I think is purple or pink, kind of like a pinkish, or like a purple. I think purple pink. I don't know what color I'm saying. But anyways, but yeah, you got this pinkish purple side right here, and just represents the color of the Kharn, the villain side, should I say. And then of course you got the artwork of Diabol right there, in the figure here with the blister bubble. And you got this little alien-looking thing, kind of looks like Unicron, a little bit, without the face, And in the back here is the Final Faction right there, and then 3 and up, that's me, and then General Diabol, Kharn, and then of course you can cut these out, the ID cards that you can save. Of course, you got the power rating, so if you want to save this and or pause this and read, you may. And then it says Series 2, collect them all. And then, of course, these are all the figures that come in Series too. So basically, we had got this split up. I think we did. I think we got these three guys first, and then later on we got these, and then I think we got these guys sprinkled in too. I'm not too sure, but I think this came. All these three came first. It's been a while. Copyright 2021. And then, so if you wanted to watch the cartoon series, you can just scan that. If you haven't seen it, I will leave a link for the not only for the Final Faction playlist, but also for the playlist for the 3 episodes of the series. So I do recommend watching it. I do enjoy it. I wish they would continue it. I hope they do, but so much time has passed since the last episode. I doubt it. So there's hope. All right, the next one up is Crepitus. I think that's his name. I don't know why I call him Reptile. I don't know where I got that from. I don't remember. I know that name sounds familiar. I just don't know where I got that from. So if Reptile, is that a name that sounds familiar to any of y'all? Just leave a comment below where that came from, because for whatever reason, it's stuck in my head, and I thought that this was its name. So, anyways, so this is Crepitus, and these are the bounty hunter, and again, this is your basic standard Final Faction packaging, and you got the Crepitus artwork there. You got the little creatures, little minions, the little buddy or pet that comes with him, and then you got 2 different blades that you put on the side of his hands or arms or whatever. Get the little holes right there. So it's very predator-esque look to it, and we'll get into it more once we take this guy out and take a closer look at it. And this is additional weapons pack sold separately, and then again, this is your basic back of the card back. And you get the Final Faction right there, 3 and up. That's me. Of course, you can cut this out and save it. And then Crepitus in the Kharn. And then if you want to pause and read that, you can check out its power rating and read that. And then Series 2. And yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. And this is the Perimeter Defense Crawlers. These are really cool, and if I could buy a ton of these, I would, because these are awesome. These are fun to army build, to come with 2 per pack, and I wish I'd bought some more of these guys. And I don't know if I can find these guys anymore. Let's go on the secondary market, but these are really cool. So again, this is your basic style Final Faction card. And the figures in the blister bubble right there. And of course, you got the artwork of the crawlers right there. And then the only thing that's different is that it says Kharn right there, and then they just 3 and up. That's me. Normally it would be on this side. It's got this like pinkish. Yeah, I don't know why I kept on thinking it was purple. My mind's not right now. but yeah. So all these card backs got the pink side here, and then Perimeter Defense Crawler, Final Faction cartoon details on back, and then they all come with the warning label. And then get the Final Faction there, HS3 and up, then clip and save, for the ID cards, and then of course here it says collect them all, and then of course this cross cell is a little different, so it doesn't have the cross cell where it displays Diabol and Crepitus and the Crawler. It just gives you what's ahead for the next series for Wave B, Series 2B, and we'll do these in a separate video as well. So I got a bunch of these, so I was able to army build a little bit on these, and we'll take a look at that in a later video. So if you want to pause and read that, you may. And then there's there's the thing for you go watch the video. So yeah, that is Wave Series 2 Wave A or Series B or whatever. So let's go ahead and take some time to open these guys out, and we'll all bring out the loose ones, and we'll go ahead and go over these. All right, so we was able to get these guys out. It took some time because I was careful, because I like to save the card backs on all my figures if I can. And so here's a better look at the artwork, because the figures are so big and it's covered up most of the artwork. And so here is General Diabol, so very menacing right there. And then here is Crepitus, and there's a little minion right there on his back. And of course, you know, it's very Predator-esque look to him. And then here is the better look at the perimeter defense crawlers. So very cool. All right, so like I said, we finally got these guys out of its packaging, or their packaging, and very cool. I really do like these figures. I love the detail. It looked like they put a little bit more effort into these than they did with the others from the Kharn. And of course, here's my other ones that I bought shortly after RV sent me these. And then, of course, you know, here's my others for the for the ones I picked up, because I wanted to have two of them. Excuse me. I wanted to have two of them because I do have the vehicle for Diabol, and I want to have one on display with him in it, and then the other one on display with his army and stuff. So, and then with the Crepitus, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. But I got two each. I wish I would have bought more of those guys, because I think they were very cool. And I would like to have them kind of surrounding the front of the General and Crepitus and the army and stuff, because they are the perimeter defenses. So I think that would have been a very cool display. So let's go ahead and move these guys out the way, and we will start with the General. So, like I said, this is General Diabol, and he is the leader of the Kharn army, and very cool. I could tell these separate pieces, because the way this is molded into this kind of like lightly colored red, and then the arms and legs are in that lava color. So you could tell it's vastly different. And so he's got that rock-like texturing to him. So details. Let's talk about the detail. The details are very good, you know, and very spiky, as you could see, as far as his appearance goes. So I am impressed the fact that they did give him a little bit of paint right here along his arms, where the elbow is and where the bicep is. Would have been cool if they could have just painted the shoulders a little bit more to bring out those spikes. It could have gave him that little bit more coloration to it, but it's fine. You know, at least they made an effort with this. You know, whatever color white airbrushing here that they gave him, and then they colored his pecs a little bit up here, and then as far as the legs go, nothing right there, just a lot of detail. But I'm sure customizers out there that picked a bunch of these up, I'm sure they gave him a nice texturing when it comes to paint scheme and stuff. So aside from that, he did not come with any accessories or anything. He's a big beefy figure, so he's about the size of the brutes. But we'll do some comparisons here in a little bit. We'll bring out the whole team here in a minute. So Yeah, the head sculpt is good. You know, it's just not much detail. It's just the little texturing that he's got on the forehead and stuff around the eyes and stuff. But you can tell that there's a face there. So very cool. And that's pretty much it. You know. So as far as way of articulation goes, the head is on a. It looked like this head is on a peg. Yeah, it's on a peg, and so it's loose enough to where you can do it sideways, and then the arms, it's a little snug, so rotation all the way at the arms, and then the feet or legs go forwards and backwards. So your typical 5 POA, you know. So let's bring up the other one that I picked up, and let's see if there's anything different as far as the, yep. So the head's really loose on this one too as well. So this is fine. I mean, I guess that's how it's supposed to be, because it doesn't have any up and down movements. It just goes side to side. So it is what it is. So I really do like that. The feet look really good too as well. Look at that. So, all right, let's bring out the next guy. All right, up next is Crepitus. Now, he's got that very Predator-esque vibe, and these are his 2 accessories. So we'll move Crepitus aside, and then I think this is his little pet. I don't remember if it had a name or nothing. So you just crawl around on the shoulders and shit. So, but it's very cool looking. Like I said, where the lack of paint is they made it more in detail than anything. So which is awesome. So I think this thing can sit on the shoulder. And I say that because of the way that little peg thing is. So we'll find out. And then of course, you know, here's his 2 blades that come out on the sides. You know. Lots of details right there. This peg on the side of its arms, right there too. So that's very cool as well. So do like the fact that they gave the detail on the in and outside too. So that's awesome. So if a $1 toy can do this, then why can't the big companies do this, you know? So it just baffles me. But anyways, so here's Crepitus, got the ugly face. It's got the long braids on one side, kind of like got that Predator vibe with the braids on one side. And then I like the fact that they gave him the gold paint along the forehead, the eyes, and alongside the jaw, and they actually painted his teeth, so that's a plus right there. And then, you know, he's got the gold for the arms, and then the bicep bands right there a little bit. So they actually hooked this guy up, you know, quite a bit. So that's impressive right there. So then they got the gold right there, and you know, no, they got the whole section gold, which is even more impressive because they could have easily just painted that and just left that green. So very nice detail. Got the abs right there, chest, and then I'm guessing this is like his knee pads right here, because I don't think that's part of his skin. I think that's just like part of his outfit. If he does have an outfit on, I don't think he does. So that might, but that looks like it's just part of his. It's been a while since I've seen the cartoon because he was in episode 2, and I don't remember if he was green off from head to toe. So, but I'm assuming that this is part of his gear or not. I don't think so. I think this is just like maybe his knee pads, and that's his regular self there. From the looks of it, from just by the detail, so that might just be there. Whatever. So, as far as this goes, I think just set him right there. So he just clips on right there. Is he gonna stay? Surprisingly, yes. So then here are his little blades that you can, the pegs right there. This pegs in right there. And then this one goes right here. So, oh, he finally fell off. This little thing finally fell off. Too good to be true, right? All right, so kind of had to wiggle that in there, you know, if you really wanted to get it snug. But other than that, I mean, you can get a snug fit in there, so you don't really have to press it all the way in. So there he is, all hooked up with his little buddy, his pet. So, all right, let's go on to the next one. All right, last but not least are the crawlers. So these are really cool. I really do like these a lot. You know, like I keep on saying, I really wish I would have bought more of these, because these are like, these are the front guys. You know, these are what protect the perimeters. So I really do like these. So I do like the fact that they got that gold coloration on top right there, and then they got all these eyes right there, and so, and then this is their jaw right there. So like I said, details. Look at those legs. Details all along the legs, you know. And then here on the back, even more details below. What the heck? This is crazy. So that goes to show you that this company, whoever made these toys for the Dollar Tree, really took their time and craft. You know, they were limited to what they had. Their budget was only so much. So, like I said, lack of paint was made up for the amount of detail that they gave these figures, and it shows. So, I'd take either or. Either more paint or more details. So these things got a lot of articulation. So this is like the main body right here, and then the legs forwards and backwards on the sides, and then same thing in the front. You know, you can move them however you want them, or space them out however you want them. And then the jaws, the pinchers in the jaws in the front, they open and close, which is really cool. So that's awesome. So there they are. And then here are the other two that I picked up. So that's pretty cool. All right, so let's go ahead and set these guys up. Or let's do some comparisons. All right, so we got General Diabol with the alongside the vintage Leonard corpse figure, and along with Alpha Team 1's Ruckus. And we have Crepitus alongside Ruckus and the vintage Leonard Toys corpse figure. And we have the perimeter defense crawlers alongside them as well. And here we have a showcase of the Kharn Army. And here's what they look like all next to each other. And so, like I said, I bought those extras so I could have them, you know, kind of fill out the villain side, because there wasn't that many, to be honest. So I think it's a good way to army build with these drones and the synthoids and the brutes, along with the perimeter defense crawlers. And then we got a couple other things for the in the later video that can go along with the Kharn Army. So I'm excited about that, because I was able to get 3 of those each. So very happy about that. And yeah, so that's it for the video. So let me know in the comments below what you think of the Kharn Army and Diabol and Crepitus and the crawlers and things like that. And don't forget, where's the wisdom? Buy what you love and know what you like, because if you buy what you like, you will always end up getting rid of it. And I will catch y'all later.